Hey guys, so today's video is going to be an informational video for those of you who remember back to when I said that one of the things I would be doing on this channel would be inform people. So let's go! So we've all had hamburgers, but it's very rare to see a hamburger that actually has ham in it, unless you order one of those bacon varieties. And that's because hamburger does not mean a burger with ham. To begin with, the word burger by itself is actually just a shortening of the word hamburger, and did not come into usage until the year 1939. Before that, a burger spelled with an H actually meant a middle-class citizen of medieval Europe. The word hamburger actually comes from German. In English, if you're from New York, you say New Yorker. If you're from California, you say Californian. It's called a demonym, and while it varies from place to place, it's usually quite easy to figure out. In many cities in Germany, demonyms are created by adding the suffix er to the name of the place. So if you're from Berlin, you're a Berliner. So hamburger actually means from Hamburg. Why? Well, before the first hamburger was created, there was a popular dish known as Hamburg steak, which originated in the city of Hamburg and spread to the Americas due to Hamburg's role as a port of departure for many European immigrants. That particular type of steak was eventually used as the patty in the first hamburgers. But who created the first hamburger? Well, there isn't really a definite answer. There are many people over the years who have laid claim to this throne of burgerness. And because of that, we're not exactly sure who invented the hamburger or when or where it was first done. What we do know, though, is that the main claims to the throne of hamburgerness have two things in common. They originated in America, and they were supposedly made between 1885 and 1904. And then once hamburger sandwiches became popular, people got rid of the sandwich part and began to think that the ham in hamburger actually meant ham, and so they got rid of the ham because there was no ham in it and called it a beef burger, and then someone thought of cheeseburger, and from there we get all the other kinds of burgers. Of course, hamburgers are not the only food named after a German city. Two examples off the top of my head are frankfurters and wieners, named after Frankfurt and Wien, respectively. What's that? There isn't a place called Wien? Well, you're wrong, and right at the same time. So English, the lingua franca spread by the British Empire over multiple centuries of worldwide domination of trade and exploration, is not a very accommodating language. In the past, when English travelers encountered a place with a foreign name, they had a tendency to make a new name for the place which was easier to say in English. It's called an exonym, a name for a place given to it by a foreign language rather than by the people who live there, who speaking its native language would call it with its endonym. They're a lot more common than you'd think. For example, in English we say Germany, Japan, China, and India, whereas people from those countries who speak their native languages would say Deutschland, Nippon, Jungko, and Bharat, respectively. And the same applies to cities. The majority of European capitals and a lot of other European cities have English exonyms which we are much more familiar with than their endonyms. Examples include Athens, Brussels, Copenhagen, Lisbon, Moscow, Prague, Rome, and Warsaw. Our mystery city Wien is actually spoken in German, which means that it's pronounced Vienne, which is close enough to the English Vienna, capital of Austria. So Wiener, or Wiener as you would say in German, means from Vienna, although nowadays in English it's also come to be the slang name of a certain dog, which is actually Dachshund, which also comes from German, but I'm not going to go there because I'm already getting distracted. But that does bring up an interesting point. Why hot dogs are called hot dogs? As you're probably aware, hot dogs don't actually have any dog in them. In today's modern manufacturing process, they're made with a mixture of beef, pork, and chicken. But back in the 19th century, in the era of homemade sausages, butchers, and street vendors, sausages were commonly called dogs in slang, and sausage vendors would often downplay their competitors by saying that their competitors used dog meat in their products. Which of course wasn't true. Except in Germany, where up until the early 20th century, people would use dog meat as a substitute for more expensive and conventional meats. The hot in hot dog was just added later in the era of American hot dog stands to either mean quick and speedy, or just to mean that their sausages were hot out of the oven. So yeah, there you go, a nice little informational video for everyone to digest. That was not meant to be a pun. If you enjoyed this video, then I have plenty of other random facts up in here, so if you liked this video, then let me know that you liked it, and I might make more of these videos if you guys want me to. And today's shoutout goes to Jake Shelley. Yes, I'm in that picture as well, and if you know who the other two people in the picture are, then good on you. If you don't, then I'm sure you can use your intuition, which for many people just means Googling. Also, if you haven't seen it already, I've put up another video at the same time as this one, which has an important announcement regarding my channel, so it's probably best to watch that as well. I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.